Hello guys, today I'm going to solve the AMC 8 2025 problem 25. One concept that you'll need to know before trying this problem is about graphs and finding the ways you can go through the graphs. For example, I think there's a formula for this where to find the amount of ways you can get from one point to another point by using moves on lattice points. And that formula will be the amount of amount of ways you can go up factorial, the amount of ways you can go right factorial, and this will be in the denominator of the amount of ways you can go up and right total as a factorial. So let's start the problem. So when it says that what is the sum of the areas determined by all possible paths, you don't want to count all of them because that will take too long and the AMC8 is meant for speed. So for this problem you have to use a very important concept, which is symmetry. If you were to look at the picture, you can see that there can be a path of 25, area 25. Sorry, there's some errors. So there's an area of 25, and also there can be an area of 0, where 0 of the squares are covered. So if you were to take the average of these, the area would come out to an area of 12.5 for each of them. And you can extend this concept to something else. If you notice, they are both reflections of the line y is equal to x. So you can take another example. Maybe you can take this example itself, where you have this where this is area 12, and this will be 25 minus 12, or 13. So if you want to do this, you can again realize that they're kind of like reflections across the line y is equal to x. And from this, we get to know that, as I said, the average length of a line is, the average area that a line covers in shaded squares is 12.5. Because it's asking for all possible ways of making the line, so you have to include the other side along with the current side. So there's no sort of overcounting. So you know that the area is 12.5, right? So now, with the area being 12.5, now you just need to find the total amount of paths and multiply that by 12.5. So the total amount of paths, as I said, there's 5 plus 5 total, and this is factorial, over 5 factorial, 5 factorial. And this evaluates to 10 factorial over 5 factorial, 5 factorial, and you cancel out the 5 factorial and it becomes 6 times 7 times 8 times 9 times 10, and 5 factorial is 120, so over 120. Then you cancel out the zeros here. Then you can also cancel out the 6 here and make the 8 a 4. Now you have 7 times 4 times 9. And remember, don't forget to multiply it by 12.5, and that makes 4 times 12.5 times 63. And 4 times 12.5 is 50. And 50 times 63 is equal to 630 times 5, or 3150. So a post note is that you can visualize this formula up top as, assume you have a set of r's and u's, where r represents going right and u represents going up. Then in that case, you want to find the amount of ways that you can order this whole thing, and by using that formula you get the amount of up ways at the bottom, amount of ways to do right, and total. So that's how we get this formula. And yes, the answer is 3150. I hope you enjoyed this video.